Play that, we're gonna burn them with the open flame. You can kill them with the devil's edge. We're gonna ride with the
Wi-Fi.
We're gonna ride with the pitchfork. We're gonna burn them with the oven. You ain't gotta do it. Did you get my video up? You got my video ready?
1 second.
We can't obliterate TD Jakes without TD Jakes video.
That's it.
Am I unmuted? I know that there'd be a lot of stuff you gotta do, young man.
Yeah, it's just
You out here trying to sabotage and set a nigga up, but
this Wi-Fi is.
his whole video was an hour and 14 minutes. We only went over 14 minutes, and ours was an hour. Gazar, venison. They got multiple Gazars in the world? You gonna ride with the okie dokie. You gonna smoke him with the pokey loki. You don't know about that okie dokie. My bad. Dang it. He can hear me still? Mm-hmm. Damn. My bad, Gazar. These niggas don't got no love. That's crazy. If y'all would have loved you, he would have muted me, man. You know what I'm saying?
You see how long it's taking to buffer?
But as long as it buffered, then it's gonna be clear, right? Listen, where is?
Oh, it's gonna do that to TD video too.
Yeah, it's gonna
But
be
we don't need to really. He be putting scriptures up. It's not a lot of video. The audio is okay.
Okay.
The video is choppy. It's already at 7:20.
Oh man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm offended. I'm offended. Shalom, shalom. I'm Messiah. Hey, listen, you already know. And then you also got some people, legit pro, you also got some people that identify, but they want to be individualites. You know what I mean? So, you know, it goes both ways, but listen, you and I both know we all family out here, so we gonna do it how we supposed to do it. Funk the BS. You know what I mean? You see me in the video?
We gon' burn them with the open flame. We gon' cut them with the double edge. We gon' tread them like the wine press. We gon' tread them like the wine press. We gon' burn them with the open flames. We gon' cut them with the double edge. We gon' tread them like the wine press. We gon' tread them like the wine press. Prophesy to the ostracized. Death and hell to a hot demise. Either mice, they shall not survive. Kingdom rise for the Yasharala. It's in the book, true story, true glory. It's a sin to lie.
That's
Quiet
what's
as
on
it's
my
kept.
computer.
The violence I accept gon' be the shame to cover you up from your temple to your legs. At a moment's notice, we gon' out the road. We been rulers of this kingdom, yeah. Shout out to the POTUS. Yeah, I'm sorry you ain't noticed that the time's approaching. Like an eagle, you exalted, but you're how up in the lower.
Boy, it's because the guy shot it in the low format.
Reversal, finna hurt you, and it ain't no saving grace. We gon' burn them with the open flame, yeah. We gon' cut them with the double edge. We gon' tread them like the wine press. We gon' tread them like the wine press. We gon' burn them with the open flame, yeah. We gon' cut them with the double edge. We gon' tread them like the wine press, yeah. We gon' Smash your teeth in your mouth, dash your head up on the stove. Ain't a reason you should live. Use a cancer to the core. Use a dancer, use a whore. One to everyone and all. Every nation been involved in the vexing of the Lord. Touch the apple of his eye. Rock a thigh, how we shall fulfill it. Torah and Tanakh. The New Testament's arrived as we look up in the sky with Jehoshaphat in mind. Let the rebels be divided. Double hoarded to the side. Yeah, we're willing, we the number. We done been through many summers. Call out to all my brothers making demons duck for cover. Yeah, we're willing, we the number. We done been through many summers. Call out to all my brothers making demons run for cover. We gon' burn them with the open flame. We gon' cut them with the double-edged. We gon' treat them like the wine press. We gon' treat them like the wine press.
Hey, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it first here, man. Cause don't nobody else want to hear it. So y'all heard it first here. All right, we gonna do this, man. You know what I'm saying? You know. All right. I only took one. All right. All right. So yeah, man. Fire song. Dump it. Bump it or dump it. If y'all like that song, we gonna play it every week for the next year. All right? And if y'all don't, we gonna burn it with the open flame on camera. All right? We're gonna take the CD and we're gonna burn it, or the cassette player, or I think he's still using 8-track, but you know it is what it is. All right. So yeah, I got you. You know. First and foremost, whatever. Yeah, man, because I know what I'm doing. And then y'all did it just now, too. It's like y'all trying to throw me off, man. Anyways, first and foremost, we want to give call hello Yahweh, Bahashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. That's all praises unto the Most High God. In the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai Mashiach in the Hebrew. We are SICARII Long Beach, and welcome to another segment of the Couch Captivity Created. We are going to continue with our second installment of, Vinyl King, our second installment of T.D. Jakes Obliterates the Bible. Alright? So, we're going to start where we left off, and then we just going to roll through the spirit, man, because, he's saying a lot of things, and we're going to talk about it,
So, was that about 14 minutes?
I'd say so. I'd say you could start there.
Where'd the ad go?
I can't get nothing wrong with the ad right now. It's on mute. Wrong thing.
California homeowners, if you are...
When you start a Mighty network, you unlock something that hasn't been created before. You can mix and match a...
It's on the other page. No, it's on the other page. No, it's on the other page. It's on our page.
I know, but if I hit back, I can find it. I'm just going to copy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's on this.
That's fine.
And then you got to have enough faith to go through the window while the window's open. You got to go through it while the window's open. You got to go through it while the window's open and not feel guilty and not feel ashamed, all while the accuser of the brethren is bringing up your idolatrous ways, your whoremongering ways. They were committing fornication and orgies and perversions and everything else, but Jesus still knitted them together. He joined them with himself and knitted them together. By grace ye are saved. Goodbye guilt. Goodbye shame. Goodbye depression. Goodbye hidden feelings of unworthiness. Goodbye the voice of the accuser that torments me at 2 o'clock in the morning. By grace are ye saved. It is the gift of God. It is the gift of God. I didn't have to earn it. You're right, I don't deserve it. I didn't have to earn it. I can't pay for it. It is the gift of God. I receive it. I believe it. I receive it. I believe it. It is so. That's what the text is offering to us tonight. And have raised us up together, made one new man. This nebulous, indescript thing that the early church would spend the next 100 to 300 years defining what the church was. Christ birthed it, but it took the apostles to explain it. He birthed the church on Calvary. He empowered it on the day of Pentecost. But it took the Pauline epistles and all of the epistles collectively to bring order and structure and definition to this holy thing that Christ has brought forth. You know, Christ himself was called that holy thing. And then he bursts the church, which is now a holy thing. Anytime you call something a thing, it is nebulous and
With Fundrise, you can invest here, from
I
there,
can't lie, man.
or
He's
there,
just talking
from
and
here.
talking and
the
talking.
script. And now Paul brings definition to that which was in the script. Am I too heavy for you? Let's go deeper, because you need to understand. You pointed something. What do you want? I want that thing right there. You don't know how to name it. The early church was nameless. They weren't called Christians until they got to Antioch. At one point they were called the Way. At another point they were called the Believers. They were trying to figure themselves out, because God will do it and you have to name it later. God will do a thing in your life and you have to name it later. God will do a thing in your life and you have to name it later. God will do a thing in your life and you have to name it later. God will do a thing in your life that you don't have a name for. God will do a thing in your life that you can't explain to people. God will do a thing in your spirit that you are incapable to articulate the magnitude of what he did, because he just did it. Good God Almighty, he's able.
He said
He's
before they
able
were
to do a
called
thing.
Christians,
People
because
don't
that's
do
what they
it.
wanted to be called in a sense, right? That's what he's saying. They was called the Way, then they was called the Believers and such, right? But understand something. We didn't coin the phrase of Christians as a good thing. We were called Christians because we followed Christ, right? If you're an American, guess what? It's because you follow the American theology and such, right? Not saying that being a Christian is a nation, but that's essentially the same thing. You follow what his standard is. So if you're an American, you follow the American standard. That's what y'all gotta understand. So you have to first realize that being called a Christian was a derogatory term, because first and foremost, you're following Christ. They didn't want you following Christ. Get that?
This is the book of Acts, chapter 11, and verse 26. And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church, and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians, first in Antioch.
That's where they were called Christians. The first time they were called Christians was in Antioch. Right? Let me get Acts 13 and 1. Christian's a derogatory term, just like nigga is a derogatory term. Go ahead.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger.
Nigga. Because when you actually hear, let's hear it. Let's hear how you pronounce it. Niger.
Strong's G 3526. Niger.
Sound like nigga to me. But now they want to tell you, no, it's not pronounced like that. Man, y'all listen to that man say every pronunciation for every word in this thing. All of a sudden, that's the one that don't count. Then someone said it's his surname, so that just means that's his last name. Let me show y'all what's so funny about that, right? Let's say that is his last name, right? Where is the land of Niger at? It's in Africa. That's something different. But there's a place called Niger in Africa, right? It's a country. Or they would say Niger, right? And then you got the extended version, Nigeria, like Quadash so eloquently put it, you know, we snitch around here. So, right? So these are bywords and such, right? Like I said, nobody was walking around like, yeah, call me a Christian. That's what they called us because we followed Hamashiach Yahushai, right? Continue with the video of Uncle Sean.
Thing in my life. Do something in my life that I don't have a word for. Do something in my life that I can't describe. Do something in my life that I don't know how to articulate. Do something in my life that I've never seen before. What God did in the birthing of the church was unexplainable. They had never seen anything like it before. It broke all the rules. It went against all the ordinances. It broke all the covenants, and yet God did it. Because he is not God in the law, he is God of the law. You didn't hear what I'm saying. There's a difference between being God in the law and being God of the law. He is
Listen,
God
I
of
want
the
y'all to
law.
remember, you
And
ain't
so
got to
he
pause that.
tears down
There's
the
nobody
wall
in
of
there. But you
partition
hear
that
voices in the
exists
background
between
saying
us,
amen and stuff.
and have made in himself
That is crazy.
one new man. And our subject tonight is one new man. And you need to understand what God can do, whether it is a body of believers that he brings unity to and makes him one new man, or whether it is an individual, the power of one new man. You need to understand what God can do when we unite, when disconnected, disruptive, confused enemies unite. You need to understand there are forces to divide us, especially in this contemporary society. The church is more divided than I have ever seen it. In the 64 years of my life, it is more divided than it's ever been before, and that is not by accident, that is by intent. The enemy designs it so because when we come together in one accord, in one place,
See, the enemy is the one that's dividing us. Luke 12 and 51.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
Remember, this is red letter. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. This is Christ speaking. This is Jesus speaking. Right? Suppose ye that I have come to bring peace on earth. Go ahead.
I tell you, nay.
He said what?
I tell you, nay.
He said no. That's not what's going on. I didn't come to bring peace. I didn't live, die, or live and be assassinated to give y'all peace. I didn't come here to give y'all peace. What did he come here for?
But rather division.
He came here to bring division. That's why everybody ain't on one accord. That's why everybody don't agree with whatever doctrine somebody else might put out there sometimes. Guess what? When that day comes, we're going to all be on one accord, though. But right now, he tell you what? I tell you, nay, what?
But rather division.
But it was Yahushua that came to bring division. Now, I want him to show me where it says anything about the devil coming to bring division. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if maybe Satan came to bring division. Wrong. Right? Because it says, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand. That's where it states it in 3 verses, all pertaining to Satan and division. So we know, we just read Christ say, I did not come to bring peace, nay, but rather what?
But rather division.
But rather division. Right? Let's get back to the video. Yeah, see? Those is it. Shalom, breaking bread and build. Break bread and build. Big back beat bullying. Oh yeah, come on. Go ahead. No, you good. Yeah, man, get your ass up. Let's get a seat. Bubba Kusha. Yeah, whenever shit's down. You good, sis. Go ahead.
Power of the Holy Spirit falls. And we have allowed the values and the attitudes and the inference and the dilution and the pollution of the world to divide. What makes us central is not whether we're vaccinated or not whether we wear a mask or not what our doctor says, not how we vote. What makes us united is the blood of the Lamb. Anytime you build unity around anything other than the blood of the Lamb, you will always end up in division. And we are totally divided, politically, socially, emotionally divided, and fighting harder over the division than we did over the cross. And we're losing our unity, we're losing our connectivity over paper, over mask, over vaccinations, and none of us know what we're talking about because we're not epidemiologists. We don't know. You don't know what's in an aspirin. You don't know what's in there. You don't know what you're talking about. And yet it has become a wedge of division, which lets you know a spirit is behind it to stop us from being one new man. Because Jesus died that we might be one new man. He died that we might be united. But anytime we start flying up under the banner of any other man, we lose the connection that we ought to have with the God-man, Jesus Christ. Mary's baby, the lily of the valley. The Lamb of God, the bright and morning star. I'm talking about the rose of Sharon. I'm talking about the seed of Abraham. I'm talking about the root of Jesse. I'm talking about the kinsman redeemer and the day star and the bulwark. I'm talking about Jesus. I'm not talking about...
Like when brothers do this, when they talk and they one thing and another thing and another thing and he's just saying a lot of things, what he just said was Jesus had a daddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you can be the, you know what I'm saying?
Root of Jesse.
Yeah, the root of Jesse, the offspring of Abraham, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, come on, man. You're only cutting your ideology. You know, just keep going. This is crazy, man. It's already been 30 minutes, bro. And we're only on what? 6 minutes.
Presidents, I'm not talking about politics. I'm not talking about Democrats. I'm not talking about Republicans. I'm not talking about basket, no mask. I'm not talking about vaccination. There's something about the gospel that transcends all of that. Have all the opinion you want to do, whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, there's something that transcends all of our distinctives. Tear down the wall of partition. Tear down the wall of partition. Tear down the wall of partition.
The wall of partition has been teared down for us, right? Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, believing Jews, non-believing Jews, non-believing Israelites. That's who the wall of partition is taken down for. Us. Yasha Allah. The princes and princesses of the power. Not for anybody else. Go ahead.
A wall of partition that we might become one new man. And the reason that the earth is rotting is because the sons of God are divided. And the reason that the angel has thrust his sickle into the earth and the harvest of the earth is ripe and God is harvesting in judgment this world is because the salt is losing its savor.
Who's the salt?
You don't want to hear me teach tonight. The reason the enemy is able to come in.
Craziness.
Whatever he wants to do, whenever he wants to do it, is because we're not flying up under the banner of the blood. We're flying up under the banner of our
Matthew
politics.
5 and 13.
Bruh.
What you say? You flying in the banner or what?
I ain't know. I ain't catch that.
Said 5 and 13.
Yeah, Matthew 5 and 13.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 13.
All types of filibuster. Man, just be talking to talk. But like I said, he got a quota to meet. 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube. Listening to that. But it sounds good. It sounds good. It makes you want to believe it. Because what else you got? What I don't see is, I don't see these pastors contending for the faith for the streets. I don't see them out there trying to get us off these streets. Trying to get brothers to stop selling them drugs. Sisters to stop working on them poles. I don't see that. I see us do it. I see us fervently out there putting our foot to the pavement, 10 toes down. I don't see them do it.
What is that? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you good, sis. Go ahead. You gonna read it? Go ahead, read it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
Uh-huh.
But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
Read that again.
Verse Matthew 5 and 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
He's talking to us. Christ is talking to us. You are the salt of the earth. Go ahead.
But if the salt have lost his savor,
Uh-huh.
wherewith shall it be salted?
Uh-huh. Where you gonna get the flavor from? Go ahead.
It is thenceforth good for nothing.
It's good for nothing. Salt is made to season. Bring out the flavors, right? But if that salt ain't got no flavor no more, what good is it? What does it benefit? Who does it benefit? Go ahead.
But to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
That part, right? Because there's no use for it. All right. Go ahead. Oh my God. Now watch. They talk about context. Read the next verse.
Come.
You ain't gotta go nowhere. He just
14. Ye are the light of the world.
You are the light of the world. Why? This is Christ talking to Israelites. You are the light of the world. Go ahead.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel,
Uh-huh.
but on a candlestick.
But on the candlestick. Why? Because you need that light to shine. You walk inside this house or any house in the middle of the night and it's pitch black. You're not going to take that light. You ain't going to light that candle and put it under a bushel. You're not going to put it under your bed. You're not going to put it under your couch. You're not going to put it under the pillow. You're going to put it out there on Front Street so that you can find your way. So that when somebody walks into the house, they can find their way. Right? Go ahead.
God. And it giveth
You can read.
and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
And and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Listen, man, we done been through it all. You turn our electricity off, we gonna have them candles. You know what I'm saying? That might be the time we actually get romantic. We done been through enough. We don't be afraid of them things. Go ahead.
God. Verse 16. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works.
Your good works. Watch this. See? This is Yahweh. This is Christ again. Let your light shine. Right? Right? Proverbs 6:23. Don't go nowhere. Well, you go somewhere, but keep that. Hold that. Like, this is what Jesus Christ is saying. Read back at Matthew.
God. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 16. Let your light so shine before men.
Let your light so shine before men. Read.
That they may see your good works.
That they might see your good works, because they tell you, works, your good works ain't the law. Let's go Proverbs 6:20. Let's find out if that's the truth. They don't want you to keep the law. Let me tell y'all something. They don't want you to keep the law, because if you keep the law, we're going to get out of captivity. Plain and simple. If you don't keep the law, we can continue to be at the bottom. So each and every one of us as an individual can only play our part. We know how good it is to be in the world. We know how fun it was. But we also understand that it don't benefit us as a people. Just because Michael Jordan got the big mansion, don't mean that Kashak got it. So if everybody ain't eating, who does it benefit?
I'm a guest here. I'm
Go,
sorry.
go ahead.
I ain't trying to intrude.
You
I
could.
swear I've been holding back my spine.
Go ahead.
For one, you keep saying Jesus Christ, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Jesus Christ been stolen from Africa, from black people. And we say Yahweh. So we say Yahweh. That's our culture. That's where we were born from. That's our roots. Jesus is a white man's word. That's one. So you go back and you say Yahweh. For one, America stole Yahweh and changed the name and said Jesus. I'm sorry, I ain't telling this true. But for one, to me, and I may be wrong, I'm speaking my truth.
Go ahead. Look, what is it?
Yahweh or Jesus or whoever that higher supreme, that higher calling. Because let me tell you something. We all have a body that we live in right now, right? That we speak in, right? And if something is done to this body, it's a shell and it's gone. And we die. Our loved ones cry, they mourn. The body's dead. Our soul, where do our soul go to? It's not Jesus. Jesus is a white man's word. Yahweh, you go back, you study, you research, you die. Your body is gone. Your soul goes somewhere. We have connections. This is my second time here. I'm going to tell you something like this. We breathe life, right? In this shell we live in, our bodies. When we die, all these connections, all these people, I met maybe like 3 or 4 people tonight, help me. I was struggling. I'm not going to give credit to Jesus. I'm not going to give credit to Yahweh. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to give credit to me, myself. Because when I die in this body, that's a shell. But I'm going to recognize the soul. And I'm I'm struggling. I don't know where that goes to, but I'm going to recognize the people who helped me that don't know A from Z from me. I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to get biblical. And I'm not knocking nothing that's going on tonight. This is my second time here. And I'm sorry to intrude. I've been
It's no intrusion, sis.
I've been struggling in my life. I've been struggling. But let me tell you something that I do know. The soul is forever. And I interchange with a lot of cultures, a lot of scriptures, a lot of people, a lot of religions. But what I do know, my soul, when who I am today in this body, when it's gone, it answers to someone. And I'm going to communicate, and I'm going to reunite with all these people that I've communicated with this shell I live in. People, for an example, tonight, all my life, I lost my keys. I'm sorry, I can't see out of one eye. But it was like 4 brothers that helped me out tonight. I got 2 cars here. So if I died, I probably would never meet these brothers ever again in life. But my soul will, because this body is a shell. Right? So when I die from this body, let me tell you something. There is all good in the people who helped me here tonight. So we're going to reunite somewhere, somehow. Afterlife, people call it a lot of things. I'm here, and I'm not trying to intrude, but I'm saying to you guys tonight, I was robbed and I was beaten. I'm a mother of 5. As anybody in this complex that I live in, y'all can search me up on IG, on Facebook, all this, Queen Boss Friends. For one, by a man. A man hit me. I was skating. A man hit me from behind my head. For me, living in this body we live in, we all would agree, that's a coward. Because for one, as a man, how do you hit a woman on skates from behind? Then you have 2 females jump out. They lost because for one, y'all should have took my life. Because now I'm living, right? So now I have something to say. I have a lot to say. Then I come home tonight. I can't see. I shouldn't be driving. I got a car, the shit that I paid for, cash. And you know I'm black. I'm a black mama. I got 5 kids. A lot of people will look at me and would not think I can buy a car cash. I bought my car cash. I'm in a rental. I came home. I lost my shit. I'm like, no, I know my keys are here. I couldn't drive here if I'm here. My keys are here, and I got a whole nother car there. Point in case. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not trying to intrude. My thing is, I've been struggling for 4 years. There's no religion. There's no scripture. Not to knock y'all. I hear everything that's going on. But my life is scripture. My life is scripture. I'm living. I'm breathing. All y'all can look at my face right now. I'm a black woman standing strong. I don't have vision in my left eye. I wear shades everywhere I go. I come home and I take my shit off. Doctors tell me don't wear your shades. No, I'm gonna wear my shit. I'm gonna take them off. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do what I have to do. Case in point, my soul and the people I interchange with. I don't care what religion. I've met Chinese people, Asian people, black people. I want to be strong. Born and raised. Hood people, gangster, all my family, mom and dad, gangsters. That doesn't mean anything. The body is a shell. Your spirit. I've met probably like 3 or 4 guys here, and they're probably in this house tonight. And I'm sorry if I don't remember them or their faces or their names, but it was a gentleman that found my keys in my car on the side, on my right, on my soul. It said, there they go. That's where it was at. And I was struggling because I can see. I was beat. I was robbed. Okay? Y'all hear me? But guess What they should have did was killed me. The best thing they did, I survived, right? I survived. So I'm not knocking no religion, no culture, no people, no nothing. But I'm going to tell you this. People I meet, our souls, we interchange. Because when this body dies, I know I'm going to meet these men who helped me tonight. That's for sure. And guess what? The bodies we live in, we all argue. We all Seventh-day Adventists, Muslim, Catholic, Baptist, all this stuff. This is for the world. But let me tell you something. Do we not understand? Do we not understand? We are souls. We are souls. We're souls. So the division comes from on earth and all man-made cultures and religions. But at the end of the day, I will never forget the souls that helped me tonight. I will never forget the souls. I can't see out of one eye. I didn't even want to come down here tonight. I was down here one time with my fiance.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to come down here tonight. I checked on my kids. I got up there. I thought I lost my keys and shit. It was somebody in here, and I don't know, they can speak up or not, found my keys. And I'm like, I ain't tripping. Like, what's going on? I drove here. I know my keys are on me. So when this body died, I probably will never see that man again. But let me tell you something. When our souls, when this body that I live in died, or that body that man lives in died, we're going to interchange. Because that was a genuine. I don't know him. He don't know me. We were helping each other. So I don't get caught up on religion. I don't knock people who do. I don't. To each is his own. But for me, all I know when I meet people who have a good soul and they do good by me and I do good by them, I don't look at religion. I don't look at scripture. So I hear all this tonight. Jesus, Yahweh, and it may be right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But I'm telling you, this body that I live in and this soul that I'm in, I know, for one, white supremacy. White supremacy. We're all confused. We're all fucked up. But all you got at the end of your day is your soul. You interchange with people. You interchange with people. So we can keep arguing. We can have our Bible studies. We can have our religions. We can have our churches. We can have all this. And it's all good. To each is his own. But at the end of the day, your body, when it's gone, where your body go? Where your body go? It degrades. It's in the earth. It's gone. Your soul, as a person and who you interchange with, that lasts forever. And that's where we're all confused at. Because we don't know where it goes. I'm confused. Maybe y'all know. Maybe y'all can teach me some things. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, brother, I'm telling you right now, we're wasting time. We're wasting time when we're lost and we're confused because we're all divided. I done sat in many people's homes. I done been to many churches. I've heard all this stuff. I'm not trying to break up nothing that's going on.
Good, sis.
I'm not trying to break up nothing that's going on. I'm being me. Because I know this breath that I breathe and what I speak, it's going to live on somewhere. But this body is going to die. It could have died. I was jumped and robbed. All y'all can look at my face, but I stand 10 toes down. Mm-hmm. And it's why people I know. Family. The people you think you love the most. But at the end of the day, my soul, guess what? It wasn't family that came here today. When I come find my keys, when I'm lost, I'm home. I can't, where the fuck is my shit at? Where's my stuff? I'm trying to look around. I'm trying to see people. I may be confused, but I'm pretty sure it's it's about 3 or 4 men in this house right now today that helped me get my shit together. Help me find my keys.
Come. Let me get Matthew 10:28.
Yep. And thank you for whoever you guys are. And I'm sorry I can't recognize y'all, remember y'all, but thank you. Our souls will meet somewhere,
Yeah,
somehow.
nah, this what we do is a selfless thing. This ain't about us. You know what I'm saying? Helping you ain't about us. Helping you ain't about making ourselves feel good or anything like that. We do this because we love you. That's the end result.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Read that, Baba, for sure.
God. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 28. And fear not them.
Hold on. Start at 27.
God. Verse 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in.
Oh, the reason it's like that. Start it over.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light.
What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light. Right? Through all our dark times, everything that was going on in the darkness, that is what we need to speak in light, right? What he's getting ready to say. Go ahead.
And what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops.
Meaning what? Shout it from the top. Right? Let it out. Let people know. Go ahead.
Verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body.
Now, why I say that? Why did it say what it said in 27, and then the next part say, and fear not them which kill the body? Because there are a lot of people that are afraid to speak what we speak. There are a lot of people afraid of the consequences of white supremacy, but we not. Right? And, you know, we're not here to nitpick. When I say Jesus, that's just what it says. We don't call Christ Jesus. We just try and keep it verbatim as what's written so that some people that might not know his true name, you know, it's just for that purpose. But we call him Yahweh Shai. All right? And the Father's name is Yahweh. Right? But go ahead.
God. And fear not them which kill the body.
And fear not them which kill the body. Like you said, they should have killed you. Listen. No, they shouldn't have. You here for a reason. You just have to understand that the purpose that is in you, for you to be here, this might be the time that breaks you from whatever else you're dealing with. You understand?
I'm listening.
Go ahead. And this ain't just for you. This is for everybody that's here.
Of course.
Come.
Because it's going to happen to anyone.
Of course.
I fought for my life. I was on my skates.
Of course. Go ahead.
4 people jumped me.
Listen. And they'll get theirs when they come. Read.
And fear not them which kill the body.
Fear not them which kill the body. Go ahead.
But are not able to kill the soul.
See, they can't kill the soul. Like you said, your body died, your soul don't stay there. You understand? Your soul is at rest. That's the reality of it. You understand? Quatara, you taking notes? You look busy. Go ahead.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
And we know who can do that.
Hey.
That's the Most High.
Hey.
You understand? Fear him that can destroy your body and your soul.
For sure.
All right? Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and... Yeah, that... Let's go to Deuteronomy 28, because I just want to point out 1 or 2 things before we continue, because reality is this, right? Forget TD Jakes. I don't care about what that nigga talking about. That nigga ain't talking about nothing that matter. You know what I'm saying? He perpetuates white supremacy. Because Because he talking about everybody need to come together. That's not what we into. We ain't interested in everybody coming together. We interested in our people coming together, as it is written. And before we get that, let's get where it's written. Right? Zechariah. Or Zephaniah 2:1. And I want to thank you for coming here tonight. Because
I'm sorry if I intrude.
you could never intrude. You understand? This like I said, this is for our people. Whether they hear it or forbear it, as it is written in Ezekiel. Right? Zephaniah 2:1.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
See, we are commanded to gather ourselves together. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child. We have to gather ourselves together. Read.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
And as you look out into the world today and you see what we go through, just like you being jumped tonight, or the other night, or whatever day it was. Yeah. Our people are attacking each other. Our people are against each other. And guess what? We won't do that with the other nations. Nope. We won't run up on them and knock them off their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because we are a destroyed people due to, like you said, white supremacy.
Facts.
You understand? Read that.
God.
Keep going. Zephaniah 2.
God. Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Before the decree bring forth.
See, we have to gather ourselves together before the decree bring forth, right? Read.
Before the day pass as the shaft.
Chaff, uh-huh.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before we are destroyed out of this place. We have to come together. Well, I always say the same thing, right? It's what, the Nelly thing? I say dirty ENT. We all we got. That's it. We all we got. Ain't nobody else looking out for us. And I'll tell you this much. Ain't nobody in the world looking out for us. So us who walk this walk and talk this talk, we got to look out for each other. Galatians 6:2.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 2.
Hold on. Start from the top.
Verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual.
If a man be overtaken in a fault, if a man do you wrong, ye who are spiritual, because what? The law is spiritual. So if you are a law-abiding citizen, not the white man laws, but these laws that were given to our forefathers, right? If you abide by these laws, with ye which are spiritual, read.
Restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
We got to restore one in the spirit of meekness. And you have to understand, the spirit of meekness is humility. To be humble. What did Christ say? You got to be humble as a child. You got to come back as a child. Everything you thought you knew, throw it out the window. You got to come back as a child. You got to come back as one of them little kids that don't know right from wrong. So now you're going to be trained up. Now you're going to learn it. Go ahead. Make sure somebody get the sister some.
I'm fine.
I still want you to have a tissue. Go ahead.
God. Restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
Uh-huh.
Considering thyself, lest thou also.
You gotta slow down, bro. Considering thyself. Right? Go ahead.
Considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
Uh-huh. Read.
Bear ye one another's burdens.
So whatever you going through, you place it on the burdens of the men in front of you. Whatever you going through, you place your burdens on the man that's next to you. Whatever you going through, you place your burdens, you know what they call like the trust fall? Where you gotta trust that the person behind you got your back. You understand?
My problem is.
Go ahead.
I'm Long Beach. I'm
Uh-huh.
born and raised. mother and my father's side are all East Siders. They're gangsters, right? People attack his family. They say, no one press charges, you know. It ain't all. You need to be out of here, right here. I don't have enemies. I'm gonna tell you my problem. It's not for this world. I do too much. I care too much. I get too much. And there's people who's not like us. We're all here and we're united, right? Could you imagine us? There's people literally who come together. Oh, we are all together. And they plot the opposite of what you're doing tonight. But
Of course.
they're evil. This is the world we live in. It's the people that jump me.
You know,
These are the people that, for one, I got 5 kids. I have 5. Y'all can look me up. I have many cars. I have money. I ain't rich, but I ain't begging for bread. I'm a black woman. I shouldn't be living the way I'm living. I know this. I know I'm blessed. So I'm humble. You understand what I'm saying? Case in point. I care too much. I care too much. And I came here tonight, came down here. I'm gonna leave. Keep talking too much.
you straight.
Because, hold on, let me tell you something. The world we live in, not to get gangster, not to get hood. You can't be too nice these days. You
But they say stay dangerous, ain't it?
You can't be too nice because you're vulnerable when you're too nice. Niggas take it. I'm sorry.
You
Excuse
good?
my language.
You good?
They take advantage of that. They take advantage of it. And you kind and you love it and you giving and you donate and you do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You giving back to the community. I've been around. I don't got enemies. Sad thing is, I shouldn't be living a day, but I am. All y'all can look at my face. It was worse than this. I'm good. I can't see out of this eye. I see out of one eye. I went to the eye doctor today. Told my whole eye is damaged. For the rest of my life, I would never see out of this eye. This eye will be open. I just see blackness. I own that. Guess what? I'm a boss. I'm still gonna take care of my kids. I'm still gonna work. I'm still gonna hustle. I'm still gonna do everything that I did. Cause now, the people that did this, y'all behind bars. And we all pretty much black in here, not to disrespect anybody that's not black in here.
No. They
I'm
think
just
it's too. They
looking
just
around.
light skinned.
I'm just saying. You know how the hood is. You
They
see
light skinned
it.
niggas.
I'm not gonna add fuel to the fire. I'm not. I can put people on them. Everybody that did this to me, they all could be dead. But guess what? I know a higher superior. I know this body died, and my soul got to answer to someone. So I can revenge for revenge. For me. Then I'm breaking 5 souls. So I'm living by an example, and I have the power. I know people. I can be like, oh, go get them, go do this. My family mad. They're mad at me. They're mad. They're angry. Why? Why?
Because you don't want to seek vengeance.
It's not for me. It's for the higher.
Of course.
It's not for me. It's not my place. Because if I do it, it just keep adding on. It's a cycle. It will never get anywhere. Bodies gonna die. People gonna die. Our souls are gonna live on. But guess what? They should have killed me, but they didn't. So that means my life has a purpose, right? Right?
Of course.
So now, right hand, avenge you, cut it off. So now I know who not to deal with, who not to hang around with, And it was family. This was blood. I know who to cut off. I know this. And guess what? To each is his own.
Mm-hmm.
To each is his own. So I believe I ain't gonna keep intruding.
Nah, you good. That's
But I didn't want to come here tonight, but I did because I know my life has a purpose. I'm very grateful for the man, whoever they were. I can't see that. I'm looking around.
or they ain't gonna say who it is either.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful. I am very, very grateful because it was a gentleman that bought my keys and I'm confused as fuck. I got my Glock. I got my shit. You know what I'm saying? For one, I buy kids. I work, I grind. I'm a student, full-time, 18 units. I don't ask nobody for nothing. My kids' fathers are amazing. I'm super blessed. I'm not the typical black woman that's gonna be here and complain and be like, my baby dad. No, I don't have them issues. My kids' fathers take care of their kids, hands down. That's why I know my life has a purpose. I have nothing bad to say about my kids' fathers.
All praises.
I only got 2 out of 5 kids. Okay.
Don't worry, we wasn't gonna think anything.
Long story short, Devin's not here tonight, right?
Nah.
Okay,
Nah.
but if he's here, he'll tell y'all about me.
Up in San Fran.
Yep, he'll tell y'all about me. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. But let me tell you something. They should have killed me, but they didn't. So that means my life has a purpose. And I might probably could never see out of this eye. But guess what? There's one eye. I see everything. I'm woke. I'm woker than ever.
Let me say this before you head out, right? We don't believe in coincidence. We believe in predestination and fate, right? So I'm a believer that throughout what you've been through, and you coming here tonight, that was predestined. I'm a believer that you hearing us speak was predestined, and it was what's needed. Whether we change your mind or thought process on anything, it doesn't really matter to me. What matters is that you know that your family is down here. You understand? No matter what you're going through.
Everybody here. Look
You
out for
understand?
me and my kids. Everybody.
So
Everyone.
always remember that that's who we are, first and foremost.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone here tonight.
Come.
For the record, this is self-soap water, if y'all imagine.
No worries,
But I
no
do
worries.
vape, but this is all seltzer water.
It tastes
I've
like
been
garbage.
detoxing 60 days strong.
All praises.
60 days strong.
All praises.
I vape. I don't even smoke cigarettes no more.
All praises.
Seltzer water.
Listen.
Just be woke and be conscious and be on my stuff.
We here every Wednesday.
Thank you.
Just
I
come
know
on
this.
down. I know
already
you know.
I was
Yeah.
here. You know
I know you,
Johnson.
yeah. And
he
the
will be
brother
here
with the
tonight.
dreads,
And the
right?
crazy thing is, when I was robbed and jumped and beaten, he's all the way in France right now.
France. Okay.
He's in France.
Okay.
Oh, don't think he ain't trying to be here.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was COVID-19 and traveling and
Yeah,
restrictions.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Oh,
difficult.
partners. When he get here, it's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
But I gotta humble this man because I'm like, just let it go.
Yeah, that part.
Cause I'm living.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go. But to everyone here, whoever helped me here tonight, thank you. And let me tell you, you have a star on your crown. You have a
blessed
star.
night,
You have a
princess.
star on your crown. Thank you so very much, you guys.
Always a pleasure.
Have a good night.
See you next week.
Yep.
Where we at now?
That's a couple precepts about vengeance.
Proverbs 6, right?
6 and 23.
Matthew and then Proverbs again. Baba Kasha.
You
You know, that right there is why we here and why we do this. The more we hide that light under the bushel, The more we hide that, the more the candle ain't lighting up the house, the more our people are going to continuously go down the same path of destruction and not know how to get out of it. You know? Con. I believe we're at 16, I believe. Yeah. Be mindful. You can't have a sister like that say what she's saying. I'm talking to you. And you be on your phone smiling and all that stuff. That means you're not listening to what she's saying. If you're going to teach, you got to be able to listen. If you care, you got to be able to listen. I don't care what anybody talking about. You got to be able to listen. That's the name of the game. Y'all lack and y'all fall short because you don't listen. You got to be listening. Because whatever she's going through, the next one going through. You might not feel it important or a thing that you want to be bothered with to have to deal with that now, but guess what? If it happened tomorrow, you're going to be dealing with it. If it happened in 2 weeks, you're going to have to deal with it. So why not get in the habit of actually listening to care? Not listening to rebuke. Not listening to tell somebody, nah, we don't call those names, this, that, none of that shit matter. You understand? You out here for your people. That's what you out here for. Not for no trophy, not for no vainglory, not for people to praise you. Who the fuck are we? Be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be mindful of that. That's all I wanted to say about that. Khan Apayat. Back to where we at.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 16. Let your light so shine before men.
Let your what?
Let your light so shine before men.
We got to let our light shine in front of the nations, right? Go ahead.
That they may see your good works.
That they may see your good works. What are those good works? Let's find out what that light is, so that we can understand what the light needs to be shining for them to see your good works. Proverbs 6 and 23.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp. And the law is light.
And the commandment is a lamp. And the what?
And the law is light.
And the law is light. That's why it says, let your light shine forth. Listen, man, they can't get around this. Christ is not going to come, talk about keep the law, and then tell you, but when I die, you ain't got to worry about it no more. My nigga, everybody was not around him. So if the news got out that this man came and he said this and he said that, not one jot or one tittle, and then all of a sudden, a year goes by, and all of a sudden they talking about Paul is telling you you ain't got to keep the law, or they say Christ came to say he came for everybody now. People are disingenuous. Religions are disingenuous. They do not have your best interests at heart. Like I said, I always bring this up, right? Go ahead.
Red letter.
Go ahead, because it makes sense. You read from there.
Come. This is the book of John, chapter 5 and verse 46.
He needed to see it.
I had to show it.
Yeah. He was just trying. Go ahead.
For had ye believed Moses.
If you had believed who?
For had ye believed Moses.
So you talking about when Moses spoke in the first 5 books? If you had believed what he said, then what?
ye would have believed me.
You would have believed Yahushua. Why?
For he wrote of me.
Because he wrote of him. Right? In Numbers, who's the star that's going to come out of Jacob? See how that worked? See, he wrote about him. If you had believed Moses, you would believe me because he wrote of me. Why is he saying that? Listen, this Bible is so on point. This is a cut for for Old Testament only. And not to say that he's cutting it, but to say, I already knew, or the Most High already knew every angle any and everybody was going to come with. He over here talking. Read that again.
Come. This is the book of John, chapter 5 and verse 46. For had ye believed Moses...
Start at 45.
Come. Verse 45. Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father.
Who is our accuser? Hashatan, the devil. Right? That's our accuser. Not Christ. Right? Read.
There is one that accuseth you. Even Moses, in whom ye trust. For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me. For he wrote of me.
For he wrote of me, finish it.
But if ye believe not his writing.
But if you don't believe what Moses wrote, if you don't believe what Moses spoke, for instance, Deuteronomy 18:18, right? If you don't believe what Moses wrote, what?
How shall ye believe my words?
How are you going to believe what Christ said? It's just like when the Most High tells you, how do you love me, who you can't see, but you hate your brother that you can see? All of the stuff that goes on in the world, this brother right here could punch me. But guess what? God killed all these people. So I'm going to be mad at him because he punched me. And I'm going to let God slide with all the murder he done committed? But you'll let God slide. You love the Most High, but you hate your brother. You love the Most High that you can't see, but you hate your brother you can see. Because he did some shit to you. He did all kind of things to you. Listen, man. We all are worthy of death. We all are. Right? Yeah. Con. Where we at?
623.
I just want to say y'all about shooting sharp like a thumb to all of y'all on this thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's much love to all y'all, man, because you know, like I say, man, we do this for y'all. We do this for La Raza, right? The real Raza, not the white supremacist one. You know what I'm saying? Where we at?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp.
For the commandment is a lamp. Read.
And the law is light.
And the law is light.
And reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
And being corrected on your walk is the way of life. Why? Because it preserves your life. It preserves your life. We're going to end it with that. We're going to come back again next week and do it again. You know what I'm saying? You know. But we welcome people into our circle, and we welcome the dialogues. Why? Because who the hell are we tonight? You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about my brothers out here in Long Beach, because we all on one accord for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Until you start shaving your head and you wear, basketball shorts with, brand new, old shoes. You know, I don't know, man. Niggas be lying. Alright? Don't forget, get your music, Lahat. Come to class, man. Ain't nobody into all that. Get your music. You know, Gazar got this stuff out. Gazar out there putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? He did this thing with his finger. He was like Birdman. You know what I'm saying? Quadash got them staffs, man. He got them staffs. Staffs. Tassels, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Got the drip.
He got the, he's got the drip.
That boy burning.
Not the lie. Say road drip.
Young ladies, he does not have that drip. Tell her drip don't drop. Hey, drip don't drop. Listen, old folks can't speak like us, man. This is just off. He got the stabs. He got the tassels. Yeah, the boy got the drip.
You need that ceiling.
That was the mall, dude. I'm calling names. I can't do this. I'm calling names, bro. You know? What? Yeah, boy, the drill. So, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. If y'all feel like, you know, donating to the cause, y'all see the thing at the bottom of the screen. You know, don't make no difference to us. Y'all stay blessed, man. Can't wait for Passover. That's gonna be a beautiful time. We're gonna do it, you know. Because you see all that gray hair? Shit. You know? They call me an old man, you know? Yeah. I got me a nose ring and then they was like, I'm trying to live my second life. You know? So it's a midlife crisis over here. You know? But drip don't drop. She's still. Alright. And with that, I want to give Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Mashiach Yahushua, and Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh yeah, man, don't forget to get y'all head wraps from Diggin or Rob, you know, whoever y'all like the most. You know what I'm saying? Gorilla wear, get your urban gorilla wear from Chief Priest Elazar, you know what I'm saying? URBN, GRLA, you know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, Shalom, you know what I'm saying? Hey, always, man, it's always love, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep it going until I start seeing stuff pop up on my phone, say, yeah, you know, sent that. Alright, man, we done. End this shit. End it.